Hi, I don't know how to put. I saw you live earlier. Also, I hope you're well. And I think it was like explain why you're a woman. By the way, I fully support you. If you come in the bathroom, in a woman's bathroom,
Okay,
I would just look as a normal woman. Um,
fantastic.
how?
How old are you, please?
Oh, I'm actually 19.
Fantastic. What year were you born?
2004.
2004. Okay, and what are your pronouns?
Uh, she, her, whatever. I don't mind.
Okay, cool. All right.
Correct me if I do say anything wrong because I'm not too sure with like all the pronouns and all the terminology and whatnot. My question was because I kind of feel bad for you in a way because even though you're a woman, you can't experience being pregnant. I'm not going to say not have kids because you could have kids other way. How do you feel about that? If that
It
makes
doesn't bother
sense.
me. I have no desire to be. I have no desire to be pregnant. A lot of trans women do want to be able to get pregnant, and the fact that we can't can cause dysphoria for them. But for me personally, it does not cause dysphoria.
Oh, okay. No, because I was just wondering. I don't know if it's because obviously I've got two children and I've been pregnant before. So when you're not pregnant, you kind of miss the feeling, or you want to feel that feeling of like baby's kick and whatnot. And personally, I only know like one transgender person, and I can remember speaking to her when I was younger, trying to like get some information, and she was like, "It's sad that we can't have pregnancies or have kids through that way." And that's always like one thing I wondered, like, does it make you lot sad or like
Not me,
transgender
but a lot of
people
trans
sad?
people, yes.
Oh, and I know I've been trying to join your lives for a while because I see your lives quite often, and about like the toilet thing, going in the toilets and stuff like that. I know people can be quite rude, and a lot of people say, oh, my kids go in toilets, and you know, people can sexually assault people, and I wouldn't see a problem with you going in a woman's toilet.
Awesome.
As long as you feel comfortable. I take my sons in a woman's toilet with me because they're still young, and if I saw a transgender person in there, I wouldn't be like, oh, they're gonna do something. I'd be more worried about a cisgender. Is that what you call it? Cisgender person?
Uh, yeah, cisgender men specifically is what I'd be more worried about. However, Jazz, I'm looking specifically to answer questions related to being transgender, related to my transition, etc. Did you have any questions related to that?
When you kind of, how did you come across like, oh, I want to get this surgery now and I want to get that surgery now, like bottom and top surgery? How did you come across like through your life, like, oh, I was ready to get it, or I'm ready now?
So I realized that I was ready for bottom surgery when I was watching a TikTok from one of my favorite content creators from You Can See Me. Um, She's an absolutely gorgeous trans woman, and she was talking about how difficult it is to get the surgery and how difficult it is to recover from the surgery. Because someone had made the had, had posted that it's such an easy surgery to get and recover from, and that's just not the case. And she was talking about how incredibly difficult the whole process is. And the entire time I'm watching this video, I'm thinking to myself, all of that would be worth it to me. And that is the moment that I knew that bottom surgery was right for me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's like the same. Like personally, like I want a nose job. I know that's not the same, but like, you kind of have to be ready. Like, am I ready for that now? Because it does change a lot, and I know obviously your surgeries will be a lot different to stuff like that. But I've always wondered, like, when do people think they are ready and they go, right, let's do it now, kind of thing? Because it is something that you can't really reverse, if you get what I mean.
Right, bottom surgery is irreversible. Top surgery is at least partially reversible.
Yeah.
But yeah, bottom surgery is irreversible,
Oh. See, I don't,
which is
I
what
don't know
it can
that.
definitely cause us to pause a bit before we end up getting our surgery. The fact that it's
Yeah.
so permanent.
And do you go through stuff like things to change your voice and like
I
I don't
personally
know
will
if I
not. I will train my voice through a personal trainer, but I will not get surgery to train my voice.
oh okay, I mean fair play to you. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people do it different. I remember my transgender friend, who's obviously a lot older than me now. She was more of my mum's friend, and I can remember her going through it and how hard it was on her. And then when she did finally get bottom surgery and top surgery, you could tell like a completely different person, like just so happy
Yep.
and just
Oh yeah, what a difference it makes.
yeah. And now I show her pictures to a lot of my friends, like, look how beautiful she is as a woman and how happier she is. And she does TikTok and stuff like that, and she makes a lot of money, and she does really well for herself. And that's what I've always wondered, like, when have they ever said, "Oh, I'm ready now," because I know a lot of people are different, and a lot of this day and age is different. A lot more people. How can I put it? I know people's always been judgmental, but it's in a different way. If that makes sense, that they kind
I
of
don't understand the question.
how can I put it? Like, I think these days that people are a lot more rude about transgender people. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
how do you deal with stuff like that? Like when people are rude.
I have worked through a lot of my own trauma related to being transgender. I worked through it before I started my medical transition. Um, I dealt with my internalized transphobia. I dealt with my misogyny, and I did all that before I started my transition. I think that really, really helped. I learned how to transition for me and not for anyone else.
Mhm.
Um, and that has made it so that I have the strength because I have fought through, I fought tooth and nail. My gender dysphoria was causing me so much suffering that I had plans to self unalive.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, well, I
yeah,
don't understand because I'll never
right.
understand, but I can understand
But
where you come from because it must not be nice to wake
but
up and
yeah, for me personally, I was able to work through all of that before I started my transition, which meant that I wasn't transitioning to save myself. I was transitioning to be myself. And for me, that has made it so much easier to deal with the hate.
oh yeah, no, because I know I see like a lot of people like in the comments like she needs God and stuff like this, and I don't really understand why, because I know a few people that's like Christian and they still support God, but I think a lot of people, I've seen it in your comments and stuff, like a lot like, God gave you that body for a reason, you're supposed to be like that. And I just couldn't imagine waking up and looking in the mirror thinking that's not who I am. So I was trying to understand how you kind of dealt with that before, like surgeries and
I mean,
hormone
earlier
replacement.
on, when my dysphoria was still extremely bad, yeah, dealing with these kind of comments really would really get to me. That the hate would really get to me badly.
Yeah, because I think now as well, I feel like I've got to be kind of careful what I say because I don't know all the terminology, and I see kind of other trans people's like live videos when someone will accidentally call them he if it's a she or whatnot, and they get quite upset, and I always feel really bad for them. And I think now people start need to learn in that people are going to be transgender, and there is a lot more. I mean, I can see the comments now like, what's wrong with you? Like, there's nothing wrong with you. If you want to be a woman, then be a woman. I know there won't be all
It's not a
aspects.
want. We are who we are. We simply realize who we are.
Kind Jazz, if someone, sorry, someone put Jazz, if you do it accidentally
Please don't read comments. The comments will go in every which direction you could possibly imagine.
and correct, you're fine. Oh no, someone's just said if you do accidentally say he or say she and so, just correct, then that's fine. Like, I've always wondered because I've never wanted to come across rude, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to ask. I had more questions earlier, but I'm really ill at the minute and really tired,
I
so
feel that.
I forgot most of them. So if you want, I can let you go to let more people jump on. And if I find any more questions, then I'm sure I can ask.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for coming up.
Have a good day or night or whatever time it is over there.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Can you guys hear me? How's the audio? Can you hear me? How does my chest feel? My chest feels very good. You can hear me, fantastic. Because I know there's an audio glitch that happens between guests when I have no one else up there. Welcome back, everyone. I'm still playing some video games, but I figured I would do a Q&A this time, which would be a little less stressful. So if you all could tap, tap, tap away, let's see if we can get it up to 25,000 likes and 100 shares. I am going to be bringing guests up and rather than dealing with chat. So we will be able to go sub only at some point. Thank you so much. Because I want to be able to talk to people while playing my game in the background. That way I can enjoy some downtime, more or less. Yes, I will bring up Emily.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How old are you, please?
I'm at 20.
Fantastic. What would you like to ask?
No, it's not more of an ask, but it's more of a sort of discussion. So my brother, he's also transgender, but he's girl to male. And it comes into the discussion of body dysmorphia. This is just more of a question. When did you start understanding that you had that sort of, because it's a genetic, not genetic, so it's a brain disorder where you have more testosterone or more estrogen, and that's what
That has nothing to do with being transgender. Estrogen hormone levels have nothing to do with being transgender.
I thought that's what caused body dysmorphia, is that you have more
Body
levels of
body
estrogen.
dysmorphia is a different condition. It's not related to being transgender. Body dysmorphia means that you see your body in a way that it's not. For instance, like you could think you're overweight, but you're actually not
Is it gender
overweight. That would be a
dysmorphia?
form of body dysmorphia.
Is it gender dysmorphia what I'm thinking of, or
Gender dysphoria. Yeah, gender
that's
dysphoria
what?
is a distress
Sorry.
related to your gender.
My apologies. But my brother's he's quite a lot older than me. He's gone from female to male. And when I was younger, I saw it at like he was 14, 15. So if it's not intrusive at all, just out of curiosity, when did you like start feeling there's something that's not entirely right? Just out of curiosity, just so I understand more. Or is that too
About 4 years
intrusive?
old.
4 years old?
4 years old. Yep.
Really?
Yes,
Gosh,
4 years
that's
old.
really young. So,
People
so
are always surprised by that, but what people don't realize is that gender identity develops between the ages of 3 and 7.
really?
So for a cisgender person, their sex assigned at birth and their gender identity align, so they never question their gender. They never think about it. For a transgender person, on the other hand, there's an incongruency, so we tend to think about it a bit. We tend to be a bit more aware of the difference.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. No. And then I just have one more question as well, is that I've just saw the reason why I joined is that I saw that you were doing an update on your surgery. And I was really inquisitive about that because my brother wants to do, because I'm from the UK, so on the NHS we get it for free if we want to do bottom surgery from male to female or female to male. But it's about, I don't know, maybe like 10 years waiting list. It's a long time to be able to get it for free. And the main thing that he says is that the pain after going through this bottom surgery is immense. You can't, like, you'll be
Yeah,
bedridden for about a month sort of thing. So that's the only reason why he doesn't
I
want to.
think it was 3 weeks of being bedridden for me, but yeah, pretty darn close. Yeah,
Is it just, can you not do anything when you're fully
very
transferred?
little, very little. I mean, I was able to go for short 10-minute walks.
Oh my
Um,
God.
that's about it. I couldn't roll on my side. Couldn't do any kind of real exercise.
Yeah. Crap, no, that's bad. But my brother, for the UK, is if we do transition, God, it's expensive. It's something like £10,000, like £5,000, something sort of that, which is like $8,000 or something like that.
The
So that's
surgery itself was 19,000 for me. The hospital was 6,000, and the hotel was 4,000.
you had to have a hotel. You had to pay for a hotel as well.
Yes, because I had to be within 10 minutes of the hospital for a period of 2 weeks on the
Yeah.
off chance that something went wrong.
Of course, yeah, that makes sense. Bloody hell. But that's all the questions that I did want to have, just because my brother's been through this similar experience that I feel a bit shy to ask him, sort of thing. But thank you for having me on.
No problem. Thank you so much. You have a good day.
Yes. And you.
Bye.
Tell you what, guys, let's do some chat questions. Can you all hear me? I am going to bring up another guest, but we're going to do some chat questions in the first. We have children out here dying of starvation, and the world cares more about transgenderism. Transgenderism doesn't exist. Bridget, you are a bad person. You see, a good person is capable of caring about multiple problems at the same time, about multiple people all at once. A good person can recognize that, hey, we can fight this battle and that battle at the same time. We don't have to ignore one suffering group just because another suffering is group. And Bridget, you are not one of those people. I thought on your last live you said you weren't live till 9 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, well, I'm not done. I changed my mind. I want to be live. How did it go last night? It went well. Apologies if this is rude, but what surgery did you have, top or bottom? Both. How was that bad? We're focusing more on this than on other more important battles. Well, the reason we're focusing on this, Bridget, is because of people like you. It's literally because of people like you. If you guys would get the fuck out of our way, like for real, get the fuck out of our way, this wouldn't be a problem anymore. So stop getting in our way, and you won't hear it anymore. Stop causing the problem that you're complaining about. I thought on your live last night. I'm not supposed to be live right now. This is supposed to be my off time, but I don't want to be off. Tap away, guys. Tap, tap, tap away. Get us up to 1,000 viewers. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you so much. Do I want facial feminization surgery? I do not. Will I get a period? No, I get period-like symptoms. Bridget, read between the lines. We are born what we be, a boy or a girl. Yeah, I was born a girl, correct. Can you join? Yes, you may, Elisa.
Prioritizing
Hello.
subscribers. I'll bring up after this. Sorry. How you doing, Lisa?
I'm good.
How old are you, please?
18,
18. Fantastic. What year were you born?
2005.
2005. Okay. What would you like to ask?
I don't want to ask anything, but I just want to say that I love you so much. Like, actually, like, I always, like, watch your live, and I'm always on your live, like, at school and everything, and I just really love you, and I, like, learned a lot and stuff, and I just really love you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yeah, but that's all. I think you're really a beautiful woman, and I love you so much.
Thank you so much. You have a good day.
Bye.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I can. I just want to let everyone know that I have multiple subscribers requesting, so we're going to get through all the subscribers first. Subscribers get priority when it comes to guest requests on Q&As. How old are you, please?
I'm 29.
Fantastic. And what would you like to ask?
I don't really want to ask anything. I just figured I'm a friendly. I want to come on here and just show my support and say that you've really touched my heart. And I don't want to cry, but I've seen your TikToks, a particular few last night, and it really got me emotional. So just know that everything you're doing is very powerful, and I can't imagine how many people you've touched. You know.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
So that's all I really wanted to say. So I love you so much, and just keep doing what you're doing. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. You have a good day. Bye.
Hi there.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I have a couple of questions, but first I just want to say I absolutely love your lives. I love your content. I love how you bring awareness to the LGBTQIA plus community, and I really respect what you're doing. First question I want to ask with the breast augmentation. May I ask if you have silicone or saline?
I got silicone.
Okay,
Saline results in rippling, and I don't want rippling.
Okay, absolutely. So with that, I just wanted to ask, in the future, say 5, 10, 15 years from now, do you need to have surgery to replace that?
I shouldn't. I shouldn't need any kind of surgery to replace it.
Okay, so it would only be for, like, if there was complications.
Yeah, if there's a complication, yeah. Like if I end up damaging them or something like that, then yeah. But no, I shouldn't need any kind of touch-ups.
Perfect. That's all I wanted to ask. Just because my auntie had breast augmentation, and I know that every 10 or 15 years she's had to have updated, but I assume it wasn't silicone that she's had.
I didn't quite catch all that.
So, sorry, I was just saying that my auntie has also had breast implants, and I assume because she has to have them updated every 5-10 years, and I assume she doesn't have silicone. That's all I wanted to know.
Interesting, huh? Maybe that is a saline thing because saline
Yeah.
ripples and yeah.
Yeah, very possibly. Anyway, I love your content, and I'll drop down now.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye. Do I have a sibling? Yes, I do. How you doing, Cloytine?
Yeah, it's Clotine. I'm doing fine. How are you?
Cloytine. I am doing all right. What would you like to ask?
I was just wondering, did they have to do expanders before they could put in the implants, and were they painful?
Do they have to do what?
Did they have to use tissue expanders?
I don't know what they used during my surgery. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea what the actual process is for the surgery itself.
Okay,
I
so
just
they
know that I
didn't.
went in
They
there with the way that I had been my entire life, and then I woke up and I suddenly had a very large chest.
Oh, okay. You're really fortunate. I'm having to get breast reconstruction surgery, and they're gonna have to stretch the tissue out with saline filled expanders before they can put in the implants, and I'm really scared of that. And I was wondering if you had any advice, but
Yeah, sorry, I did not have to do that.
I'm thankful. That's actually great. So, and you're happy with the results?
Thrilled. I mean, I'm looking forward to them settling a little bit more. The shape is not
Yeah.
perfect, but they're gonna settle, and then when they settle, they're gonna have a more natural look. Right now, it looks like I'm constantly wearing a bra, even when I'm not.
Yeah, they that's what the surgeon told me too, that at first it would be like tits up to your chin, but eventually they'd calm
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Well,
Like
that's
at first, they were
awesome.
so extremely firm. Like just in just 2 weeks, they've already softened up a ton, and they're gonna continue to soften up. I'm looking forward to this
Yeah.
damn swelling going down. The swelling is killing me.
Yeah. Yeah, but hey, look at the bright side. I've heard with silicone you don't really have to wear a bra unless you're going to do like some really high impact stuff. So you can usually get away with a
Oh, see, that's the
tank
thing.
with a lighter.
Bras make me feel so good. I love bras. I know
Oh,
everyone like just laughs at me when I say that, but no, I love bras. I'm not allowed to wear bras for 6 weeks. I'm looking forward to wearing bras.
some women love them, but yeah, they I did when I was a teenager, but after years and years and years of them, I'm done with them.
I don't know. Maybe I won't like them as much now that I have boobs.
Yeah, that may be part of it too. Big boobs and bras can lead to a lot of chafing and pain, but hopefully it'll still work out for you. So,
Yeah, when I had A
well,
cups, bras gave me definition that I didn't have. I have that definition now.
yeah, but there is something about a sleek, lacy bra that just makes you feel so sexy.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, okay. Thank you, and I hope your healing continues to go well.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye. Guys, we have a ton of subscribers requesting, so I promise I'm only bringing up subscribers right now.
Hi.
But so it might just be a moment while I go through all the subscribers. How you doing, T-Boogie?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited! Okay, so I've been following you, Adora, for a really long time. As
I've
well,
seen your comments. I've seen you all over the place.
girl, I'm everywhere, girl. I'm in the Discord. I seriously, so I've probably been following you since like April or so, And I have just been so enamored by what you do. You do such an amazing job advocating for the community. I'm sorry, I'm 27 years old. Before I start, I'm 27. I wouldn't be able to get into Discord anyway, but I'm 27, and my birthday's actually next month. I actually have the same birthday as Kim Kardashian and Amber Rose, but regardless,
Badass.
I'll be 28. But I just wanted to say I really appreciate you, and I really love what you do. I got your back all the time. I will always support you. I will always stand for you. I'm like a little nervous because this is my first time talking to you, but you're just so great. Like your ability to advocate for the trans community and do it in such a way that is gracious, but also in a way that is true to yourself is really awesome to see.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I really have just gained so much. I've educated myself so much on trans topics. I'm like a #1 trans ally for life now from educating myself on everything that you have taught. So I just wanted to say that I really, 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 I love you a lot.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It means a ton to me.
But I actually did have a question. So
Okay.
can you explain the difference between like transsexual and transgender? Because from my understanding, I know that transsexual is kind of like an outdated term and it's not generally accepted by the trans community.
It's
So I just wanted to understand better for myself so in the future I can make sure that I'm using the correct terminology.
So, yeah, I mean, generally speaking, it's a better idea to use transgender over transsexual. There are trans people who use transsexual, and that's okay. Transsexual is frequently used by problematic people. It's frequently used by trans medicalists, so a lot of us try to separate ourselves from it. But transsexual at its core just means that you have changed your sex characteristics. It means that you've changed your hormones, you've changed your chest, you've changed your genitalia. Some sex characteristic that you were born with has been changed, and that purely by its definition, that means that is what transsexual is. I am transsexual because I have changed my sex characteristics. I'm also transgender. Not all transgender people are transsexual.
Right.
Thanks so much for the finger hearts, but I tend to steer away from it just because it is a term so frequently used by trans medicalists, and I don't want to be associated with them.
I understand completely. Yeah, I just wanted to come up and say that. I also, so I'm a subscriber. I'm always in the Discord, and I get so frustrated reading, like seeing some of the things that people like come up here and say that I'm like screaming at my phone, and I'm like rapidly like texting in like chat, like what is wrong with this? Like with all the guests that come up, like it's just. You have an amazing panel. You do such a good job. Is there a way that I could like become like you could like bring me up like as a panel like one time? You know, because I feel
maybe
like
every now and then. I won't make promises. I'm very picky about my panel.
No, I understand. I understand.
Yeah, but maybe every now and then, sure.
I would really, I have done a lot of education, and I've made it my priority to make sure that I understand these topics really well. So
I'll tell you what. I'll ask you straight up because this is one of the most important things to me.
Yeah.
What is your relation to the trans community?
So I am an ally. I'm a lesbian, but I have really done a lot of research into the trans community recently in ways that I can become a better ally. So I watch your lives every single day. I get excited for them. It's like my nightly routine is watching your lives. So I definitely want to better educate myself. So maybe I could continue to educate myself better before I like actually become a panel member. But regardless, like everything that I've learned from you has been so worthwhile to my journey of being an ally. I know that sounds kind of silly, but it's true.
All right. Fantastic. I appreciate you, T-Boogie. Was there anything else?
No, that was it.
All right. You have a good day.
How do I get out of here?
I got you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, we have so many subscribers requesting. I'm gonna get you to all. I promise. How you doing, Jess?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right. What would you like to ask?
So I asked in the chat, and you can totally say like don't want to talk about it and like not up for discussion, but I asked about siblings. So I just wanted to know, were your siblings or sibling, were they very supportive of you transitioning?
My brother is supportive. Yes, he doesn't understand, but he's supportive. That's all I can ask for. Calls me a sister. Uses my name. Uses my pronouns. Again, he doesn't understand, but he's 100% behind me.
Are you an aunt?
Sorry?
Are you an auntie?